Hi Aries, welcome back to my YouTube channel. These are going to be your messages for the month of July 2019. Thank you guys so much for being here once again and for joining me for the monthly videos. I really enjoy doing them. I went ahead and did a little something different with the angle this time, and I went ahead and set out the first layer pre-recording just to kind of save on some time. So let me know if you guys like it this way or if you would prefer that I do it a different way, but let's go ahead and jump right in. So Aries, the word that came to me as I was meditating over your energy was the word restart. Some of you guys may be familiar with the movie Stella Gets Her Groove Back. Well, for the month of July, it's like Aries gets their groove back. And I kind of remember what we talked about last month. I know that some of you guys were in a bit of a funk dealing with some heavier things, but definitely in this next month of July, I see a lot of these energies lifting. So looking at your cards here, I feel that you guys are going to be very heavily motivated. You guys are newly inspired and feeling more of an emotional balance. And I'm reading that from the Fool, the King of Cups, and the King of Wands. So obviously Wands being representing a fire sign. This comes from your natural sort of drive and ambition and motivation and things of that nature. King of Cups bringing in the emotional element. So some of you guys are definitely coming out of a darker period of time or a heavier period of time emotionally, where maybe you weren't feeling so great, you weren't feeling like yourself, you didn't have the inspiration or the will to really, you know, do the things that you wanted to do because of what you were previously dealing with. The slate is being totally wiped clean with the Fool here. So if you guys are wondering about the end of the tunnel, where the light is, you're pretty much right on it. And you do have the Sun card here, which is very much a card of illumination. So wish fulfillment, having peace of mind, and, you know, feeling like yourself again. And yes, we are entering Cancer season, which is very opposite of fire signs, in kind of dualistic nature there. I do think that a lot of you guys are going to be using this Cancer season and eclipse season to really sort of finish that last leg of internal work. And I think by the end of eclipse season and Cancer season, you guys are going to be, like I said, feeling a lot more like yourselves. So if you guys have had things that you've been striving toward, that you have had your eye on, or that you've been slowly kind of working toward, be on the lookout for that panning out. You do have the Sun card here. I see a lot of you guys using the eclipse season and the Cancer season to become very sort of more like you're going to be using this time as a period of introspection, as a period of really sort of assessing the internal. And you know, it's not an isolation thing. It's not coming out as a negative thing, I feel, whereas last month maybe it was. This time I feel it's more of a, you know, admiration. Like you're just sort of like, I'm okay, like I'm good. And really just sort of giving yourself props, giving yourself credit where credit is due. So I feel like a lot of the energy that you guys are walking away from, Aries, is the Five of Wands and the Nine of Wands. So some of you guys have been dealing with some pressure and some sense of obligation. And also you've been, with the Five of Wands at the center here, I feel like a lot of you guys have been kind of struggling with some inner demons. So sometimes I don't read cards traditionally. And the Five of Wands in a traditional sense very much represents like an external conflict. But the way that I'm feeling it in your spread, the energy that I'm feeling from it is is a sort of internal conflict. Like you've just been dealing with some heavy inner demons and some obligations that you feel bad for maybe dropping the ball on, or you know that you have been kind of slacking, and it's been kind of holding you prisoner in a sense. Like you feel a lot of guilt over it. Maybe you feel defensive about it. But these are what you are either getting over, or you have already kind of pushed out and you're kind of done with. Some of these obligations that you guys have been feeling pressure toward is having to do with people around you. Maybe you have people that are sort of demanding of your attention, or they are, you know, wanting you to join them for whatever, and you're just really not. Four of Cups here, you're not feeling that energy where you want to go out. Maybe you're feeling more internal, feeling more homebody, or you at least have been. But what I see here is this little tiny woman is holding this gigantic sword, and she has this very like confident, kind of smug look on her face. So the energy that I'm feeling in this card is that a lot of you are, it's like connection, like you're rejoining the world. You feel like you are kind of finding your place again, and you took this time of introspection, and now you're bringing something to the table. You're bringing something new, you're bringing something different, or you yourself are different. But I hope that makes sense. So that is your first layer, Aries. Additional messages for Aries. What else does Aries need to know for the month of July? Please make it clear. So looking at your second layer, Aries, you have the Magician at the center. Nice. The Hierophant. The Queen of Cups. The Hermit. The Eight of Cups, the High Priestess, the Hanged Man, wow, the Eight of Swords, and the Strength card. Damn, y'all have so many major arcana. Okay, yeah, so like I was saying, definitely a lot of kind of heavier energies, or more set in stone energies that you guys have been dealing with. Magician at the center of your reading is really nice though, with the High Priestess next to it. So you guys are definitely feeling more like yourselves, like I said, more in your power, feeling like you're coming back into your own, like it's sort of like a homecoming. And in order for this stage to be, in order for you to have met this stage, or for you to fully tap into this stage, there was some things that you had to kind of leave behind and let go of. So Eight of Cups here, you had to kind of, there was a period of waiting. And Hermit card here, very much sort of, to me, reiterating the message of your first layer, the Four of Cups. Periods of introspection, like you really just had to sit and wait it out, and you had to dig deep. But you had to also walk away from the idea of powerlessness, Eight of Cups and Eight of Swords. So the idea of being powerless, the idea of being constricted, the idea of being trapped in your own sort of mental prison, you had to overcome the strength of that hold that was on you for so long. And now you're looking at the Queen of Cups, which is nice because you had the King of Cups in your first layer. Like I said, emotional stability is definitely yours for the taking in the month of July. Hierophant being above the Eight of Cups, you may have also had to walk away from a job. You may have had to walk away from a relationship, or something that kind of had you bound contractually, something that maybe had had you bound on a spiritual level even, because Hierophant can also represent kind of like spiritual connections and contracts that we have. So what you're seeing in the month of July is a sort of like rebirth of a new version of yourself. Like you are feeling more powerful, you're feeling more in control, Magician and High Priestess, but it didn't come without a cost. It didn't come without some sort of sacrifice. So in all of your period of waiting, and with the Hanged Man and the Hermit and the Four of Cups in your previous layer, some of you, Eight of Swords here, have maybe been feeling a lot of kind of woe is me and feeling sorry for yourself, feeling pity, all of these things. You may have lost some things along the way that were important to you. These could be people, these could be places, these could be opportunities, jobs. So yes, in a sense, you feel a lot better and you're feeling more like yourself. You feel more like the Magician and the High Priestess, but it did come at a cost. So there may be some amends that you have to make. There may be some people that you need to kind of circle back around to and really show up for. There may be some jobs or some opportunities that you revisit in the month of July, but in any case, Strength card here, like I said, so you're definitely feeling stronger. You feel like you have the strength and the willpower to do these things now, whereas before you maybe didn't. And that's okay. That's okay. Just make sure that people understand the place that you were in when all of this was kind of happening, and make sure that they understand the place that you're in now. So as long as you're communicating effectively, Aries, and as long as you are showing up in a way that is honest and sincere and has integrity, I don't really see what could be standing in your way. So I think that's all I have for you, Aries. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I hope you guys got something out of this. Leave your likes, shares, comments, subscriptions, all of those things. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next one. Take care.